2 minutes.
The rowers in the junior men's single sculls hoping to celebrate in the victory ceremony like we saw moments earlier. 6:55.86 for the Greek rower will be the fastest time to qualify for this A final.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He won his semifinal. Germany won the other one. In lane 1, Canada, Lucas Moroney Babagluia had the 4th fastest qualifying time. The individual neutral athlete in lane 2. Winner of the 2nd semifinal, Germany in lane 3. The fastest qualifying time, Greece in lane 4. William Rogers of Australia will be in lane 5. And William McLean of Switzerland will be in lane 6.
Canada.
As we get set for
Germany.
this race to get underway.
Greece. Australia.
You see the water
Switzerland.
pushing a little bit against the boats towards the finish line. Still great conditions. As the race starts, you can see the Greek rower really getting after it at the beginning. Wants to get off to an extremely fast pace, as it was up to 50 strokes per minute, now down to 45. Is the Australian who has the highest. In lane 5, William Rogers. Again, we've seen different strategies come out of the starting blocks. We've seen a few Greece rowers start a little slower and then finish fast, like Zoe Fitsu, the lightweight women's single sculls silver medalist. This time, though, the Greek rower opts to get off to a quick start. He wants to be leading for as long as possible until he gets to the finish line. The only returning medalist from last year's World U19s is the rower from Greece. He was the 2nd place finisher in 2023, undoubtedly looking to improve on that. It was Switzerland's William McLean in lane number 6 who claimed silver in the European U19s earlier this year, only behind Makrianis of Greece.
Looks like Greece might have gotten off to a little bit of too fast of a start, because he's a little bit behind now as the individual neutral athlete is in first.
Again, it doesn't matter what the qualifying time was to get into this race. It only matters if you can perform on finals day and get your nation a medal. Canada, this will be their 2nd last chance to win a medal. They have a rower here, Lucas Moroney, and they'll have a crew in the last race of the day, the men's 8. So the last 2 opportunities for the host country to get their first medal of the week.
Lucas is very local. He coaches Learn to Rows and students at Notre Dame Rowing Club in Welland.
So he'll be used to this course. He'll be used to this water, having trained here many times and having competed here as well. He finds himself in 6th place, just behind William McLean of Switzerland. It still is Hybruski, the individual neutral athlete, ahead 20 meters in front of the second fastest qualifying time, the German. And then it is Makrianis, the European champion, the silver medalist from this boat class just a year prior to this, is just under 5 seconds behind as we cross halfway to the finish line. This is a good time to show just a little bit of the seaweed that is usually pulled from the bottom of the course and moved to the sides. But sometimes, of course, throughout the week, some of that seaweed can move over to the lanes. We've seen today a few boats catch a couple crabs, whether it has to do with the seaweed or just a little miscommunication between rowers.
They might have just had a poor stroke, or just their blade went in the water a little bit wrong. If the blade goes in the water slightly angled, sometimes it can get sucked under and just catch really weirdly, and then there's nothing you can really do about that but collect yourself and get back into the race.
The individual neutral athlete Hybruski still in the lead, 21 meters in front of Germany. The reigning silver medalist of the U19 World Champions finds himself in 3rd. Makrianis, of course, won the European Championships earlier this season, right in front of William McLean, who finds himself in 5th place behind Australia's William Rogers. Such a mentally, physically tasking event, being solo in the boat. No one to support you from either in front or behind. It is all going to come from the sidelines. And once we get 200 meters to the finish line, it will come from the fans. Greece now, Makrianis kicking it into high gear, giving it everything he has. He has to make up 20 meters within the last 300 meters to look to improve on his silver medal that he won last year.
Greece is walking on Germany here. He's closing that gap between him and the individual neutral athlete. Greece is now in 2nd, Germany in 3rd. I think Greece is going to continue closing that gap. They're at a rate of 36.
Hybruski must see that, he must see that Makrianis is making his way closer. He has to hope that he either has more power in his legs or hope that the lead he had himself was enough to name himself the world champion instead of Makrianis, who is now 7 meters and counting, closing that gap. We have about 50 meters left to go here in 2024 World Rowing Championships. Makrianis trying to catch. They're neck and neck right now. It will be Makrianis of Greece improving on his silver medal from last year. World champion as he takes a bow for the grandstands. A really impressive race there. From start to finish, he played his strategy extremely well. He kept his cards close to his chest, not taking the lead until the final 50 meters. Again, 2nd place was Hybruski, the individual neutral athlete. was leading from the start line until 1,950 meters until Makrianis caught up. And third was the German in lane 3, who had the second fastest qualifying time to get into this final. Will take home the bronze medal. And I'm sure we'll return to those faces once again. But for now, the women's 8 victory ceremony is underway.
8.
La cérémonie des médailles pour les championnats du monde des moins de 19 ans, 8 de pointe femmes.